Well, hello everyone. Welcome back to iNGENiO. Today we're going to use our imaginations to turn something ordinary into something extraordinary, and we're going to use digital art to do that. You are the Imagineers, and you are going to use your superpower imagination to see the world in new ways, to solve problems, and to create amazing art. At iNGENiO, when we make art, we follow something called the creative process. It's kind of like a recipe to help us turn our ideas into amazing artworks, or a roadmap for your imagination. The creative process has 4 steps. We plan, we practice, we create, and then we chat. Each step helps us explore, learn, and grow as artists. Should we dive in? I'll tell you all about it as we go along. So first we're going to start with planning. Planning is about looking for inspiration and coming up with new ideas. It's the step where we ask, what could this be? And we start imagining all the possibilities. Let's turn our imagination switches on. Take a walk around your home, or maybe your classroom, or your garden, or even the street if you can, and open your eyes wide and let your imagination tell you stories in your mind. Look at the everyday objects and ask yourself, what hidden stories can I bring to life? What new worlds can I create? Could there be a magical creature living in my real world? Could I turn something ordinary into something extraordinary? While you're doing that, remember the artists that we met in our introduction lesson. Will you draw a tiny magical world as small as a dewdrop, like Vimal Chandran? Or maybe a giant, friendly creature like Lo Lee? Maybe giant, silly, or scary creatures. Could there be funny creatures hiding in plain sight, like Ben Rubin's subway monsters? It's up to you. You get to use your imagination to create your world. Let's imagine the story around our object. Is maybe a tree you're looking at a magical castle with tiny adventurers climbing up and down the branches? Or maybe the bookshelf in your bedroom could be a home to a funny squishy slug on its way to a birthday party. Or perhaps your cereal bowl is a boat sailing on an ocean of milk with an octopus as a captain. Or could your basketball be the top of a delicious ice cream? Or maybe your fork is the hair of an excited tennis player. You decide what the story is going to be. Now, take lots and lots of pictures with your tablet or your phone. Try different angles, get up high, get down low. Make sure to leave space in your photo if you want to add things like a long dragon tail or a very tall wizard's hat. Remember, the more photos you take, the more ideas that you'll have to work with. So why don't you pause your video here and come back when you have lots and lots of pictures to work with. Welcome back! Did you find some ordinary things that we can make into something extraordinary? We're going to move into the next stage of our creative process, and this is the practice stage. In this step, we test out our ideas. We sketch, we doodle, and we experiment with shapes and lines and colors. It's all about trying things out and seeing what works, and it's really okay if some ideas don't work, because that's how we learn. Remember Thomas Edison and his 2,773 attempts at a light bulb? Well, sometimes you need to try a lot of ideas to find one that works. Before we start, you can check out the Funny Creatures idea page in the download section. There are instructions on your screen right now to show you how to download it, or if you're stuck, you can ask a grown-up to help you. But this page is full with fun and silly characters, and they're there to spark your imagination. Don't copy them. You can use these as inspiration, as a starting point, to create your own unique creatures. You can mix and match different features to make up something entirely new. You can use the long ears from one, or maybe you'll see that one has lots of eyes, or very long legs, or very short legs. Maybe you'll see one that's sort of sluggish and slippery. Use whatever you like and make up your own creatures. You can try different expressions. Think about what your character is feeling. Is it bored, confused, frustrated, excited? And why does it feel that way? What is the story in the picture that's making it feel a certain way? So, are you ready to explore Sketchbook? Don't worry if it's your first time. I'm going to show you step by step what to do. So the first thing we're going to do is open our Sketchbook app and we're going to set up our canvas. So to do that, we tap on the little Sketchbook app, that red icon with a pencil. It's like unlocking a treasure chest full of art tools. So exciting. Once you're inside, tap New Sketch or the little plus button. You can choose a canvas size. You can start with the size that's there or choose something bigger if you want more space for your ideas. But remember, this is your blank slate to let your creativity shine. Now I'm going to give you a little quick tour of the tools that we're going to use for this lesson. There's so many more tools here, but for this lesson I'm just going to show you what you need. And if you want to learn more, you can do our Introduction to Sketchbook lesson. So brushes. That's the thing we're going to use to draw with. So you can tap on the brush library and look at all the different options that are in there. It's like a really, really, really big pencil case and paint box all in one. Play around with those and find one that you'd like to draw with. Then I'm going to show you the eraser tool. Now you can guess what the eraser tool's for, can't you? That's for fixing up any mistakes that you make, and it's very easy to do. You just pick that eraser icon and you can adjust the size to erase large areas or make it very, very small to erase little precise details. And then there's the smudge tool. I think this one's really useful and really fun to use because you can kind of get your hands in there and blend the colors together or soften edges. So experiment with that and see what it's like to use it. Okay, should we get started? We're going to start by adding one of your photos. So what we're going to do is tap the menu or the Add Image button. Select a photo from your device. It'll open up your photos and you can choose one of the photos that you took, whichever one you want. I've chosen for my first try the cupboard in my bedroom. And once you've got it in, you can adjust the photo by moving and resizing or rotating it to fit your canvas. Now we're going to create a new layer. And this might be a new concept for you because it's not something that you would normally use if you have only ever drawn on paper. But trust me, it is so useful. So if you tap the layer icon, which is the two stacked squares, to open the layers menu, then tap the plus button to add a new layer. Now what this is going to do is it's going to keep each part of your drawing separate, which means you can change things on one layer and it won't change on the other layer. So if you make a mistake on one layer and you want to erase it, it's okay. You can easily do that without destroying the photo underneath. So make sure you tap that plus button to have a new layer, and then you can start sketching. Use whichever brush you want from the brush library and start sketching some fun, crazy ideas straight over the photo to make your imaginary world. Look at your photo and ask yourself, what could this picture turn into? It's a very ordinary picture, but how can I make it extraordinary? Could a tree become a rocket ship or a shadow become a monster? Could your cereal become a boat? Why don't you pause the video now and practice some ideas on your photo? Once you've done that, open a new photo and do some more. Do as many photos as you'd like, because the next stage, we're going to choose our favorite one and we're going to make it into an amazing drawing. When we've got lots of ideas together, do at least maybe 3 or 5 or as many as you want. I did lots. But when you've got a lot of ideas down, we're going to move on to the next stage, which is going to be to choose one of those ideas that you like the most, and we're going to make it into a really special artwork. Well, did you enjoy that? Did you come up with lots of ideas? Did you maybe surprise yourself with some unusual ideas? I hope so. I really enjoyed drawing my monsters coming out of my bedroom cupboard, and I drew a funny little creature jumping into my teacup, and I drew all sorts of funny things which had me giggling. But now is going to be another exciting step. We are going to move into the create step. So what we're going to do first is we're going to choose our favorite idea. So look back at your sketches and ask yourself which one feels the most fun or the most magical. Choose your favorite and imagine all the little details to make it unique. I think I'm going to choose my coffee cup. And I love the idea of this funny little creature using it as a hot tub. I always seem to be making hot drinks and then forgetting all about them and leaving them all over the house. So I'm imagining this little guy just waiting for me to walk away and forget it, and then setting up his diving board and jumping in and spending the morning in my hot drink. So that's the one I'm going to choose. What are you going to choose? Now think about the story around it. I'm sure you already have an idea of the story. So let's think, what other things can we add? Could you change the texture of your little creature? Is he furry or scaly, or does he have slick skin? Does he leave slime on the ground as he walks? Maybe you can use different brushes to create textures. Do you want to add some fluffy clouds or sparkly stars? I'm going to make my guy nice and furry, and I'm going to put stripes on his tummy. Can you add more personality to your creature? Can you give him a really cheeky smile, or make his eyes extra big and googly? Maybe add another eye. Maybe you can give him freckles or whiskers. Think about what makes him special. Does he need an extra long tail? Does he have a short little tail like a bunny, or a long spiny tail like a dinosaur? Pause your video and add some of these details, and don't rush. This is where your artwork can really come to life. Well done! Have you enjoyed making something extraordinary out of something ordinary? My goodness, I can't wait to see what you've done. So finally, we've reached the very last step, and that is the chat bit. We are going to talk to the people around us and to ourselves about our drawing. This is one of the most important steps because it helps us think about what we made, helps us to share our ideas and to learn from each other. Sharing your artwork isn't about showing people something perfect. It's about celebrating your imagination. Now, I like to think that the most important thing when I'm looking at someone else's work is to be ruled by kindness and curiosity. I remind myself that I never laugh at someone else's artwork. In fact, I celebrate if it's very different because it shows creativity. And if I don't understand their idea, I must ask questions instead of saying something negative that might hurt their feelings. Focus on what you like about their work, because everybody has worked very hard and all ideas are very special. Now it's your turn. Hold up your artwork and explain what inspired your idea and how you created it. Can you tell the story of who's in your artwork? By sharing and discussing, we're building our confidence and we're inspiring each other. Maybe someone else has drawn something that you will really love and it'll spark a new idea in you. And that's what being an artist's all about. Once you're done, you've completed all the steps of the creative process. Well done! I hope you enjoyed it. Look at the result. Isn't it amazing to see how your imagination turned an everyday object into something extraordinary? Every time you use your imagination, it gets stronger, just like a muscle. So keep exploring and trying new ideas and having fun with your art. I'm so proud of you, and I can't wait to see what you'll create next. Please share it with us at iNGENiO. We would love to see it. See you again soon, artists. Bye-bye.